Well, everybody, we are talking about thermostats. This is the thermostat out of my LS400. This is a not cheap, but this one cost me I think it was like 20 bucks from AutoZone. And it came out of there. I got a little bit of cleaning to do right there. But that's the one from AutoZone. Now this is a genuine Toyota and Lexus thermostat for the same car. See the difference there? A lot more stout. I think this might actually cool my motor a lot better than that was. So we're gonna put that in the car. I gotta clean that up first, and then we're gonna take it for a drive and see if it makes it any better. But I mean, if you look at them, they're the same. Excuse the neighbor. He's got a loud S10. But they're the same in distance, but the size of the springs, and especially the spring there, it seems like it's going to be a lot more stronger. It's got that piece poking out right there where this one doesn't. So let's see. I'm going to put it all back together and we're going to fill it up with coolant. I got to clean that off first before I put it back together. And we'll see what it does. Those that don't know, this gauge reads Celsius. That's the way I have it set up, and this great gauge is Fahrenheit. The bottom gauge that reads Fahrenheit, if I can get my camera to focus, we're doing great. There we go. The bottom gauge is reading Fahrenheit. It's on the return hose back to the motor. The middle one that reads Celsius is on the block. It's reading just over 100 degrees Celsius, say about 105 degrees Celsius, but I think it's off a little bit. I got another tool in the car that I can actually look and see what the temperature of the motor is when we get home. The problem I've been having with this car is been wanting to overheat when I was sitting and idling, and in the state of Louisiana it's always warm, and you can see that it's trying to run a little bit warm like it always does. That's about normal the way it runs on a regular basis for me. Now sometimes that engine light will turn off and then that temperature will go down, which makes me believe that this car is running lean, but I'm not sure. But when we get to the house, I'll grab that one gauge and we'll see. You gotta realize these things are precise. They're not like the OE gauges where they just stay in one spot. These will fluctuate when you're under hard acceleration and stuff like that. But we're just doing regular driving right now, and it's just over 100 degrees Celsius. But I really think that middle gauge is reading wrong. Bottom one's correct. I know that for a fact because that's reading off of the actual ECU or the factory wiring harness. But that one up there, I got a wire run from the temperature sensor to this gauge cluster. So I'm gonna get to the house and I'll I'm pretty happy. Took it for a drive, parked here at the house, checked the coolant level, needed a tad bit, and then I took the temperature, my handheld temperature gauge. Motor's running under 200 degrees, so that gauge is reading just a tad bit high. And it's running around 196, sitting here idling. And that is coming from the radiator, so that's after the coolant goes through the radiator and out back into the block. That one reads right there. You probably saw that little aluminum block on the one radiator hose. That's that sensor right there. But that one's on the block and it is reading a little high. So the motor's averaging around 195 to 200 degrees. used to, so you can see it fluctuating down, but it used to, and I've been sitting here for like 5 minutes, and within 5 minutes that temperature is just slowly creeping up. Same thing with that one. That usually means, look, it's going down. Hey, I'm happy with that. All it was that dang thermostat, and the motor's not overheating, idling, which means it's blocking off that bypass port. I'm happy with that. So far so good. I'm good. We're gonna see how good it does driving for a while, and I got a long trip tomorrow, so we'll see how it do.